You're live, Your Worship.
Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our council meeting here for Clearview Township for July 13, 2026. My goodness, the month of July is about halfway over. Can you imagine? Summer is upon us. Okay, folks, so we do have a regular council meeting here today. We have some members of our staff here, and we did not have a closed session, so we're starting our meeting right here at 5:30. So welcome. I'd like to begin our meeting by acknowledging and recognizing the First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people of Canada as traditional stewards and caretaker of the land. We acknowledge that Clearview Township is located within the boundaries of Treaty 18, the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, Tianotati, Wendat, and it's the home to many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people as part of the intricate nationhood that reaches across Turtle Island. At this time of truth and reconciliation, we welcome the opportunity to work together towards new understandings and new relationships and ask the Creator for guidance in all that we do. All right, folks, that's our land acknowledgement, and we're going to move right on to item number 2 on our agenda, which is approval of the agenda. The recommendation is that be it resolved that Council of the Township of Clearview hereby approve the agenda dated July 13, 2026 as presented. Deputy Mayor, thank you. Mr. MacArthur, thank you. Any questions on the agenda, folks? Seeing none, I'll call the motion. All in favor? Carries unanimous. Thank you. At this point, I'll ask for declarations of pecuniary interest. Or anybody have any declarations? Yes, Mr. MacArthur.
Declaration for 11.3.
11. Oh yeah, okay. 11.3. Thank you. I hope that you've filled out the appropriate paperwork to file it with the clerk. All right, if there's nothing further from other members, thank you. I'm going to go to our public participation period, which is item number 4. I would suggest that there is no members in the audience that have any public participation unless you'd like to come forward and tell us a little bit about the farmers market. Melanie? No? Okay, Melanie, I'll give you that chance, but we don't. So there are no electronic participations, is that right, Deputy Clerk?
Yes, Your Worship, that's correct.
Okay, thank you very much. So we have no public participation tonight. We're going to move to item number 5, delegations, none. Public meetings, none. And then item number 7, approval of the council meeting minutes. Recommendation be it resolved, the Council of the Township of Clearview hereby approve the minutes of the June 17, 2026 priority council meeting, the June 22nd, 2026 council meeting, and the June 24, 2026 planning public meeting as presented. Mr. Broderick, thank you very much. Councillor Deneen, thank you. Any questions on those minutes? All good. Can I call the motion then? All in favor? That carries. Thank you. At this point, we'll move to correspondence items for information. There was no closed session. Item number 8.2 is our county release regarding homelessness and addiction recovery treatment hub unveils the new logo. It's officially called the Heart Hub Simcoe County. That's some good information on that, and a great program. It's actually leading the way across the province as how these programs are supposed to work, and I'm very pleased that the county and the county staff are doing a great job with that. Good job. Item 3, Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing has, there was a letter regarding clarification on the strong mayor powers and restricted act rules in regards to the election. So that is available for anyone to have a look at if they want. I don't think it's going to affect us too much right here, but it is on there if you want to have a look. Item number 8.4 is the county advisory regarding the stepping into history with the living in the past at the Simcoe County Museum. Just a quick announcement about the museum. They are open, of course, through summer hours. It's a limited availability for the building because they are going through that renovation, but they do have fabulous yard with lots of great things for the family to do if you're looking for some good activity around the museum. And there's also the building which is attached to the museum property, which is about forestry in Simcoe County. Very good display there, by the way, if you want to take a look at that. It's really something. County release also about the Simcoe County Advances Housing Faster Initiative with the new planning toolkit. Excellent programming there. Item 8.6, our NVCA June 2026 board meeting highlights. Paul, do you have anything you want to add to that at this point?
Thank you, Your Worship. It was a long meeting in that we had a hearing involved with our meeting that day, which was interesting. I never had one. I've never been at one before. Went well. The NVCA, as you'll see in some of our minutes that the clerk has sent us recently, is that the province is dictating how our budget is going to go forward, sort of thing. So we've basically had to approve a budget already, and with the intention of forwarding it to our municipalities so that they can get it done early, we'll say. So, and I've mentioned before, the province is basically, because of the alignment of the Conservation Authority, the new Conservation Authority Act, they've given till the end of, basically February 28th will be the day that everything changes, and it continues to be that day. So they're not basically saying to the conservation authorities, do not change anything, status quo, you can't do any major expenditures. And so what you'll see is very much a restricted budget, very little, I think it's maybe 3% total increase. We've also had challenges within Simcoe County because we're not sure where our lands are all going to fall. I know we didn't lose anything from the amalgamation, but part of that land is now part of the Barrie, and I'm not sure where it falls into. There'll be LSRC or where it's going to fall. But anyways, we do have a few constraints that way. So, anyways, the budget, you've seen Sasha's letter presumably today, or was it Friday, Sasha? You sent it. So please take note. It's being pushed by the government initiative, and we'll have to work with it accordingly.
All right, thank you very much. Paul, keep up the good work, and please keep us informed as to what's progressing there. There are some changes coming to the NVCA for sure. The next item is also related to the same thing, the Ministry of Environment, Conservation and Parks, Conservation Authority Consolidated Budget and Apportionment Matters. So that's a little letter outlining what that, Paul, you were just speaking about. All right, so, yes, sir.
I was just going to say that basically that letter said they've gone under consultation. They're going to take our thoughts, and they're going to let us know shortly.
Thank you very much. All right, Council, we're going to move to item number 9. Unless there's anything people have any questions on those? Okay, thank you. Oh, yes, you do. Okay, go right ahead there.
Yeah, I don't mean to put anybody on the spot, but I wonder if a member of our planning department has any comments on the county housing faster initiative, what that might mean to us.
All right, manager, go ahead.
Thank you, through the mayor to Councillor MacArthur. So it's given us a lot of tools, obviously, and probably something that Derek and I and the team need to sit down and look at for probably 2027, as we're still working through zoning and we're doing a secondary plan and we've got a lot going on, but absolutely that is exactly why the county put that out, and we actually had a staff member, Derek and Danielle were both part of that whole process, so they invited all of the members of planning departments across the county to come and work on that process. So, yes.
So some positive things are going to come out of that. Very good, thanks.
Yes, thanks.
Good question. Thank you, Robert, for getting that in there. Thank you very much, Roz. The clerk has something she wants to add.
Nope, sorry.
You do not?
I put up my hand a little too early.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. I'll keep an eye out for it if it happens again. Council, please let me know if I happen to miss that. Yeah, it's just don't come too far. That's all right. All right. We're going to move on to item number 9, our council reports and ward announcements, et cetera. And so, Mr. Walker, I'd like to invite you to kick us off with any report you'd like to bring tonight.
Thank you, Worship. Not a whole lot, but on June 23rd, we had a library board meeting. On the 24th, I was not able to attend the planning, but I was at Clearview Meadows grade 8 graduation as I had 2 granddaughters moving from the public school into the high school. On July 1st, I was there to watch the parade. On July the 8th, I'm on the library budget committee, so we had a library preliminary budget meeting going through our budget for 27. And then tomorrow night, the 14th, we have accessibility meeting. That's it, Your Worship.
All right. Thank you very much. I'm glad you were there to represent Clearview as well as to attend that great event for your family. Mr. Beelan, please. How are you doing there, sir?
Very good. Thank you, Your Worship. I don't have too much on mine either. It's been too hot. June 24th, I was at the planning meeting. June 26th, I was at the Stainer Dentures grand opening, and that was quite an event. June 27th, I was at the evening barbecue, and kudos to Robert and Sonia for an excellent dinner. It was very good. July 7th, I was at the OPP Detachment Board meeting, and July 9th, I was at the Simcoe County Federation of Agriculture barbecue, but I missed the supper because we had a Brentwood Hall Board meeting. And that was it.
All right, thank you. Good job. Councillor Janine. Hi, Phyllis.
Hello there. Thank you, Your Worship. There's not much. Things have been quiet at my place. I just want to say congratulations to all the grads and enjoy your holiday and stay safe out there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well done. Deputy Mayor, do you want to go next? Sure.
Since our last meeting here, it seems we've done a lot of eating. I did attend the Lady of the Bay graduation on the Thursday after our last meeting, and it was the first time there we did not get the ability to speak. However, what they did ask us to do was present an award. So I presented an award, but we got acknowledged and treated very well. And it was the beauty of the whole evening was it went very smooth and quickly. So in an hour and a half, they had 150 kids go through the stage and it was all well organized. So it was nice to see that. And of course, a lot of community kids. The 26th, I did make it. In the morning, I was at the NVCA meeting, but I did make it to the denture grand opening. The mayor waited for me, so I got cake and ice cream out of the deal, but I did not see the rest of our staff, but I did get a tour. And I knew the owners, the family, of course, they're good Stainer people. We did the evening beef barbecue, and yes, that food was really good, and the weather was decent, so it was kind of nice. The 4th of June, the mayor and myself had the opportunity to attend the 80th birthday for Fred Hamilton. And I say your worship and myself tag teamed the presentation of the plaque on that one. And we had, put it this way, Mr. Hamilton was very emotional and appreciative of what we did. So I'll let the mayor speak a bit more about that. The 9th, we did our SCFA, the Simcoe County Federation of Ag meeting. And to Marty's chagrin, he missed dinner, which was beautiful beef, so sucks to be you. So anyways, and we got lots of desserts afterwards. So anyways, it was a very good meeting, so it was kind of nice. So I think that's all I've got for now.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. MacArthur, before you speak, I just got to say I regret that I was not able to attend the beef barbecue. As it was reported to me, it was spectacular, and I did hear that the desserts were excellent as well. So congratulations to you and your wife for putting that on, or at least working on that event on behalf of the volunteers. And I'm sure there was a lot of people involved in it, so good job.
Yeah, there was a ton of people involved, and Marty was volunteer, so thanks, Marty, and thanks to everybody. But yeah, desserts with homemade pies and whatnot, you can't go wrong. So there was a couple left over that we were able to divide among the volunteers that were left and take home. So I haven't had a cherry pie in ages. Anyway, going back to June 24th, it was a public meeting. And as we just talked about, June 27th, the beef barbecue. Once again, thank to all the volunteers. We raised about $3,100, I think, all told for it. And we got a bit of inventory left over for next events or whatnot. So, and yeah, the weather cooperated 100%. July 1st, was happy to participate in the Stainer July 1st parade and thank the ATV Club for putting that on as usual. The horse didn't suffer too bad in that heat, so that was good. July 3rd, I attended the Holstein Twilight Meeting, which was held in Clearview Township at Jeff Cook's, just north of Sunnydale Corners. July 5th was the start of the Village Green Summer Series in Creemore. And last night again was the Symphony Under the Stars as part of that program, and it was a tremendous crowd, as the mayor you can attest to. I meant to ask Jeremy today if they had an idea, but there had to be 600-700 people, I would guess, from previous functions there. July 8th was Committee of Adjustment, and July 9th attended the Federation barbecue, and I would have to say that beef may be almost up to evenings. It was absolutely delicious, but it was eye of round. It wasn't, it was a little better cut, so thank you.
Well done. Yes, it was good. Paul's like to go again, and then we'll get to John.
Just to Councillor MacArthur, I do believe the infamous Mudmen are coming this weekend.
The Mudmen.
Yeah, the Mudmen.
That's your favorite.
Mudmen are back this weekend, minus Alex, the hopping, jumping banjo guitar player. Him and his girlfriend apparently are going east to do some shows. So So once again, was told, I messaged them yesterday because I wanted them to play my favorite song, which they never play, but they said the new fill-in guitar guy doesn't know it. So we'll have to wait for another year.
Okay. All right, let's go to Councillor Broderick. Councillor Broderick, do you have a favorite song by the Mudmen?
They're all good.
Okay.
June 23rd, attended the Clearview Public Library Board meeting. Also on the 23rd, attended the Creemore BIA meeting, which unfortunately failed to achieve quorum. The 24th, attended the Clearview Public Planning meeting. On the 26th, attended the grand opening of Stainer Dentures. July 1st, worked with Central Ontario ATV Club in facilitating the Clearview Canada Day Parade in Stainer. July 6th, attended the Sunnydale Corners Community Center Board meeting. July 8th, attended the Creemore BIA Board meeting. July 9th, attended the annual Simcoe County Federation of Agriculture Barbecue, in which the final presentation was given by our own Rachel Brook and Terry Jackman on the DND Over the Horizon Radar project. And yesterday, July the 12th, attended the Central Ontario ATV Club's charity poker run, starting and ending at the New Lowell Legion, which featured a hot breakfast and lunch, and proceeds from the ride will go to the Clearview and Alliston food banks. And that's it.
All right, well, thank you very much, first of all, to the volunteers of the Simcoe County, or sorry, what's it called again? The Central Ontario ATV Club, that's it, the Central Ontario ATV Club. I was going to call them the Simcoe County ATV, but it's the Central Ontario, on Canada Day, volunteering to put on a great Canada Day event, and also to do that poker run in support of the food bank. So thank you very much for doing that. I got a couple quick things I want to mention. Yes, I did attend graduation twice in one day. Can you imagine? I went to Collingwood Collegiate Grad, which was held in Wasaga Beach, and it was a terrific event. Lots of graduates, and interestingly enough, we were permitted to speak very briefly, and it was nice to do that, to stand up on the stage and acknowledge that CCI is the school that I graduated from, and so it was kind of nice to be able to, be there and support the grads that were graduating from CCI. A very good event there, and congratulations to those graduates. Later on that evening, I attended the Stainer Collegiate graduation ceremony, and a much smaller group, but I must tell you, a very, very, very well represented group of young graduates who won a tremendous number of awards and bursaries and so on from our community donations. And I must highlight once again, I bring this to the attention of our council and to our community, that Ray's Place is, committed a $20,000 bursary to an individual at Stainer Collegiate. It's impressive that this young student is going to go on and, going to university, but was able to receive a $20,000 bursary from our community, from the work that the Ray's Place does. And I think that's just tremendous. So they do a great job. And I saw one of the people who were behind Ray's Place afterwards, and she invited me to come to their little social event they're having in Mulmer Township, I think, in a couple of weeks, or maybe it's not in Mulmer. No, it's not in Mulmer. It's at the Station on the Green. It's going to be in Creemore this year. That's right. It was in Mulmer a couple of years ago. So she invited me to attend just to see some of the board members, to congratulate them on the work that they do. So I just want to acknowledge that. It's a great thing that they do, and it's a wonderful gift to be able to support a student from our community going on to university. As the deputy mayor mentioned, we attended an 80th birthday party for our community's living legend, Freddie Hamilton. They call him the mayor of Glen Huron, which is excellent. And we were hosted at Johnny Hamilton's property, And during Fred's comment, it was actually interesting to note that where we were standing was the very property that Glen Huron was founded on. So that backyard was the spot that had the first settlement in Glen Huron. Any building that was built there was started right there at that backyard. And so it was a very interesting sort of feeling to stand there with the Hamilton families and all the other families that are all around the Glen Huron area that were there celebrating Fred's birthday in a sort of a historic spot right there in that little community. So it was really a great event to attend. Along with the other members of council. Yes, sir.
I just wonder, was he happy with his birthday present that we paved his road in front of his place?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Station Street did get paved, so thank you to the Public Works Department. They're not represented here tonight, but thank you to get the Station Street paved. It does look a lot better and is much smoother traffic. Boy, there was some good potholes on that street. I'm glad that's over. Along with other members of council, I did attend over in Essa Township the Simcoe County Agricultural Society event. Great event to see. Interesting farm to tour as well, to see the milking operation there. And the cattle are well looked after and well fed and well treated, and they're all healthy. And it was just a really interesting conversation I had with the farm operator there. Now, I do want to mention a couple things that are coming up this week. Tomorrow, in fact, I've been invited. I'm not sure if the rest of you have gotten an invite for this, but it has nothing to do really with us in Clearview, other than we got invited to go to Barrie. And tomorrow is an announcement or something happening down at Meridian Place, which I think is the best or worst kept secret in Simcoe County, about a stadium being built in Barrie. So apparently I've been invited to that, and I do have another appointment in Barrie, so I'm going to go attend that event, see what that's all about. That's tomorrow. And then on Friday, folks, we have all been invited to attend the Walker Aggregates Annual Community Neighborhood Barbecue, which is on Friday. And of course, that's extended out to all members of council and members of our staff who are interested to come and see the Walker Quarry Barbecue. And if you're a neighbor of Walker's Quarry and you did not receive your invite, I would encourage you to reach out to Rosemarie. She'll find you an invitation, I'm sure, if you're a neighbor that wants to attend that. That's all held by the Walker industry folks, and so it's not us that are hosting it. We've been invited to be there, but I encourage members of council to attend if they've not been. It's a very worthwhile tour to learn about the aggregate industry and how it impacts our community and how it contributes to the economy of growth happening right across this province, if not right here in our neighborhoods. So it's a great thing. So if there's nothing further on reports and announcements, we can move on. I'll just do one short announcement, public service announcement. Everyone, please pray for sunny skies on Thursday. We want to have Music Market and Parket in beautiful Stayner. We desperately want the market to happen. It's been very regretful of the weather on Thursday nights, but we absolutely want it to happen. So do whatever rituals you need to make sure we get sun on Thursday, please. Okay, that's the end of my announcements. Nothing further. Let's move on in our agenda, members of council. Item number 10 is our department reports. We're going to go to finance first. We have the 2025 annual investment report. The recommendation says, be it resolved that council of the Township of Clearview hereby receive report FIN 010-2026. It is the 2025 annual investment report. It's dated July the 13th, 2026, and it's for information. Mr. Walker, Mr. Beelan, thank you. Hello, Treasurer Kelly McDonald. Do you have any comments you'd like to add to this report? I saw when reading it that the funds are growing. I was surprised, honestly, to see the small amount that they're growing, but I guess the type of investments that we have are that long-term investments, so they give that long-term growth. So what would you like to add to your report?
Thank you, Worship. Everything is in the report. This just keeps us in line with our investment policy, presenting the annual report to council. You are correct that the lower rates of return in the first couple of years are being balanced off. I believe our main account is in at 8% right now, so we'll be seeing higher returns in next year's report.
All right, thank you. Council, do you have some questions on the report? Paul? Yes, please go right ahead, Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Your Worship. Kelly, I noticed that in most cases, like 60 or 69% of our money is invested in the money market funds sort of thing. Are we restricted or are we directed by provincial mandate of what we can and can't invest in? And how do we choose who does our investment for us?
Through your worship to the Deputy Mayor, that's a fantastic question. We are extremely regulated. It's set out in the Municipal Act what we can and cannot invest in. And between myself and the investment manager that we use, we are very cognizant of that.
Okay, because it seems we've done well, and I mean, the market's done fairly well, and it does protect us this way. Yes, we have to keep cash liquidity, but we do have a good chunk, which seems, like the mayor says, it is growing, so that's good to see. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Other members of council with any questions to the report? Nothing further? Like you said, Treasurer, Madam Treasurer, it's an annual report. It is good to keep this in mind. These are funds, obviously, that are available for council to consider on long-term future projects, as well as we can consider making other contributions to this fund as well to increase the investment value. So it's something at budget time that we perhaps sort of just glance over because it's just a sort of a function of Treasury, but it's an important piece of our financial health as a community. So thank you very much for that update. All right, nothing further. I'll call for the motion then. All those in favor? That carries unanimous. Thank you. Planning and Building Department. We have a zoning bylaw amendment. This is in regards to a property that's listed as Emmanuel Baptist Church. I don't believe there's a church on the property, but it's listed as Emmanuel Baptist Church. Recommendation says, be it resolved that Council of the Township of Clearview hereby receive report PB 031-2026. It's a zoning bylaw amendment application from Emmanuel Baptist Church dated July 13, 2026. Item 1, that the zoning bylaw generally consistent with the draft amendment found in Appendix G for the lands municipally known as 4806 Sunnydale Tosseronio Town Line be presented to council for consideration and approval at the July 27, 2026 council meeting. Okay, a mover and seconder, Mr. Beelan, perhaps? Thank you. Councillor Deneen, thank you. Roz, do you want to speak to this? It was an interesting public meeting we had on that one. Go right ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. Measures? Yeah, nothing too crazy. We did have our public meeting, I guess, last month. So one of the discussions I think that came out of it was what you'll see in the report that Danielle Waters actually prepared is that we're going to zone the property rural as opposed to an exception to the institutional zone. And I think in discussions with the applicants, we and the planning consultants, we actually thought that that was a far better use of the zoning in this particular area, and that basically we are following what the county's request was, which was limit the uses to just residential as opposed to any types of agricultural uses. And yeah, I'm here for any other questions, should you have any.
All right, thank you very much. Looking around the table, I think the deputy mayor has a question. Is there anybody else? Go ahead, Paul.
No, Roz, I got to agree because in the meeting we talked about it and we questioned why they did it, but you have that under control. I almost wondered if they should have left it institutional, that they could have had potentially more things to do with that property, but definitely your recommendation it makes sense, so thank you.
Excellent comment. Anybody else with any questions? All right, thank you, Council. Thank you, Roz. Council, you have a report in front of you with the mover and seconder. I am prepared to call the motion. All those in favor, please. That carries unanimous. Thank you very much. Going to move on to item 10.3, which is our administration. And is that correct? You have a conflict on this? Is that right? Is it 10.3? Oh, 11.3. I'm sorry. Okay, you're correct. I apologize. Thank you very much. Okay, administration. This is the economic development economic development strategic plan. If I can get my glasses to focus, I'll be able to read it effectively, and then we'll talk about this. Recommendation be it resolved that Council of the Township of Clearview hereby receive report CAO 010-2026, the Community and Situational Economic Analysis dated July 13, 2026, and item 1, that Council adopt the Clearview Township Economic Development strategic plan as presented in Appendix A to this report. And item 2, the staff be directed to implement the economic development strategic plan in accordance with the priorities, action items, and timeline outline. And item 3, that action items and priorities requiring funding to complete will be presented to council separately for additional approval during the annual budget process or in a staff report, which I presume would be at a future council meeting. Okay, can I look for a mover and seconder on this report? Mr. Broderick, Mr. MacArthur, thank you very much. All right, our Economic Development and Community Development Officer, Briar Kelly, is here. Briar, would you like to kick off and add anything to your report? It is a very interesting report and a good review of how things are economic development-wise in our community. Please go ahead.
Yes, through you, Your Worship. With funding received by the Rural Ontario Development Program, facilitated by the Province of Ontario, we did receive funding to develop this economic development strategic plan through a series of stakeholder engagement, including public survey, focus groups, one-on-one interviews with regional stakeholders, and a number of other activities. We worked with McSweeney and Associates to develop 5 strategic goals as identified in this economic development strategic plan. And those strategic goals will guide the direction and roadmap for the economic development department over the next 5 years. By developing this strategy, it's enabling the economic development team to preserve the culture and character of the township, while we also support the business and community growth that we will be seeing over the next 5 years.
That we will be seeing, for sure. Members of council, do you have any questions to Briar and or the CAO? Yes, Paul, go right ahead.
Thank you, Your Worship. Briar, I found it a really easy document to read, which was nice for a change because they itemized, limited everything. They went from the agricultural to look at each of the communities, which was really neat. Now, the one thing I was looking for, which has been a sort of when we've done some of our strategy stuff, is I'll quote, the niche overnight stays. And that's something, they're talking about the MAT tax, and in light of we're having our meeting coming up at the end of this month for it, I think it's a great time to come out with it. So we're jumping ahead a bit with it, but I think it's something. And, I always look at the pillars that CAO Ferguson has left us with or provided us with, that it blends right into that. So I hope we're strong on that, on the overnight accommodation. We want people to stay in Clearview, and it's going to be a challenge to get everything working harmoniously. So thank you.
Good comments, thank you. Members of council, do you have any other questions or comments about the strategy report? All right. It's a good document. I would ask, are your plans, Ms. Kelly, to have this printed up into a document similar to our other 2 documents that we've got?
Through your worship, we did not have any immediate plans to print and formalize. We can explore that as well, build in some pricing or some budget considerations for that. For right now, it is still a bit of a living document. So through the consultants, we still have up to a year to be able to go back and forth if we wanted to make any changes, any updates as new developments present themselves and opportunities. So once we get a little bit more firmer and this is approved, we can look at solidifying the document.
Fair enough, and I do think that it's available online, and it's as Paul mentioned, it's a really good, easy read. So perhaps it doesn't need to get printed, but I think having the availability of it a couple times or a few availability, it would be helpful for some that are not able to print these type of things off. But it's a good document, so I appreciate the work and effort that's gone into it for sure. Another question, Mr. Deputy Mayor?
Thank you. Briar, they referred to the implementation of the Ag Advisory Committee and the relationship with it. Is there any discussion or thoughts on your part whether it's time to recreate an Economic Development Committee?
Through you, Your Worship, I know we've had a few discussions internally that there would absolutely be benefit to that. There are also a couple of additional points in there about developing roundtables or small focus groups that are sector specific, and whether that ties into a larger overarching economic development task force or committee. That's absolutely open to some ideas and conversations. We left those points a bit open-ended for that purpose, so that if we do look at doing One of the examples was for the agriculture sector, retail, other small business, meeting twice a year to just connect in, do a status check of the sector itself, have some discussions, and then does that feed into the overarching committee? A lot of conversations around that we've had, so those points were specifically left a little open-ended to allow for that flexibility in those conversations to happen.
It's the mayor and myself. How many years ago did we sit on the Economic Development Committee? Probably 10, 12 years ago.
About 12 or 14.
So anyways, it was a very effective committee until it was stopped during one election. And I thought it was very effective. We put on some good presentations and stuff. So anyways, let's see what happens. So thank you.
You know, I would suggest perhaps we have a conversation, Paul, with the CAO and Breyer and have that just a coffee discussion to see if it is something we can do. We can compare notes about what that committee did in the past, and maybe we could reach out to some of their former members. There's still a few around our community.
Yep.
Yeah, might be interesting just to hear what their input might be. Okay, thank you very much. Nothing further from our members? Council, nothing? All right, I'm going to move ahead then. Thank you again. If there's nothing further, I'll call the motion. All those in favor? That carries unanimous. Thank you. All right, Council, moving to bylaws. We have bylaw number 2644. This is the bylaw to amend alteration and movement of fill bylaw 2567. This is just a small amendment to the original bylaw. Be it resolved that bylaw 2644, being a bylaw to amend site alteration and movement of fill bylaw 2567, be presented and read a first, second, and third time, finally passed 13th day of July 2026. That could be moved by Mr. Walker, perhaps. Mr. Deputy Mayor, thank you. Any questions on the bylaw? Seeing none, all in favor? And the bylaw carries. Thank you. Number 11-2 is the zoning bylaw amendment regarding Caddo Drive. Be it resolved that bylaw 26-45, being a bylaw to regulate the use of lands and the character, location, and use of buildings and structures on lands known as 5 Caddo Drive, be presented and read a first, second, and third time, and finally passed the 13th day of July 2026. Mr. Broderick, thank you. Mr. MacArthur, thank you. Any questions? Seeing none, I'll call the bylaw. All in favor? And the bylaw carries. Unanimous. Thank you. Mr. MacArthur, here's 11.3. You can just step back from the table. Council, we have bylaw number bylaw 2646. This is, be it resolved that bylaw 2646, being a bylaw to regulate the use of lands and character, location, and use of buildings and structures on lands known as 324 Poplar Street, not to be confused with Poplar Side Road. This is Poplar Street. Be presented and read a first, second, and third time, and finally passed the 13th day of July 2026. Moved by Councillor Deneen, Councillor Walker. Thank you. Any questions on the bylaw? Seeing none, I'll call the bylaw. All in favor? And the bylaw carries unanimous. Thank you. Mr. MacArthur, you can return. And at this point, then I'll go to item bylaw 2647, appointing a new municipal bylaw enforcement officer. This hasn't happened in a long time, Madam Clerk. What's going on? Holy cow. And he's a local. And I go figure, we actually hired a local. Be it resolved, bylaw 2647, being a bylaw to appoint a municipal bylaw officer, property standards officer, and municipal weed inspector, be presented and read a first, second, and third time, and finally passed on the 13th day of July 2026. Who would like to move that? Councillor Deneen, Councillor Beelan, thank you. All right, any questions? Seeing none, all in favor? Thank you. Congratulations and welcome, Ryan, to the team. At this point, we do have the notice of motion, which is item number 12. This is in regard to Jack's Lake Hamlet sign. We're going to be reading this on the 27th of July. It is on our council agenda for your perusal, and we can read this and discuss this at that time. I want to thank Councillor Broderick for providing this information. Very good, sir. Council, we're going to move to our item number 13, our confirmatory bylaw, if there's no further business. Recommendation be it resolved that bylaw 2648, being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of the July 13, 2026 council meeting be presented or read a first, second, and third time, finally passed on the 13th day of July, and it's 2026. Mr. Beelan, Mr. Walker, thank you. Any questions on the bylaw? Seeing none, all in favor? That carries unanimous. Council, we're at the point where we like to get our meeting wrapped up by saying the motion to adjourn. Madam Clerk, 6:09? Okay, let's see, the motion to adjourn for 6:09. Be it resolved, council meeting be adjourned at 6:09. Councilor Deneen, Councilor Broderick, thank you. All those in favor? And that carries unanimous. Again, I want to thank everyone for being here on this beautiful day. Hopefully, we will see you all on Thursday at Music Market and Parket.